This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin Freakin.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol Live. It's a friggin' Tuesday, and apparently it's that time of year again. The corpse flower is blooming. We'll have to take the live shot. I think we did this last year. It's that flower that smells like absolute death that people come from all around to see for some reason. RB, Kaya, welcome in. Warlord, clinically. Was that Dana Loesch on the intro? I think it was. I've changed it multiple times. I think for Halloween it's Lauren Boebert as as Beetlejuice. I think I did John Kennedy for Pride Month. I always change who's in the picture. I changed it to Anna Paulina Luna, but I don't think I ever exported that out. So I think it is still Dana Loesch, because like in 2002, we played some Dana Loesch video, and I was like, dumb me, Mama Dana, or some shit like that. And that's how she ended up in the intro, but I've since changed it to other people, because who the fuck is Dana Loesch? Amazing she's not in the administration, to be honest with you. We got a jam-packed show tonight. I'm going to try to make it quick. I say that. I'm going to try to get out of here in under 2 hours. Will it happen? Probably not. 110 people dead. 170 still missing. DJ Dub, welcome in. Flash. Oh my God, why? I do not give a shit about. I did not watch Majority Report today because fuck Hassan. I do not give a shit. I think I listened to the interview with the dude. What were they talking about? I don't think I did. I think I started to listen to it and I was doing my own thing. I was like, I'm not paying attention to this. I got to cut it off. So maybe I don't know what they were talking about. What's it? I just don't like other I went over it last night. Like, I don't even like reaction content. So it's amazing I do a show where I react to like it's I feel dirty doing it. I don't like other streamers. I don't like this format. Don't hate the player, hate the game, I guess. So I don't hate Hassan. I hate the game. I mean, it's not infighting. I like wrestling. I like live music. I like classic sitcoms. I like marijuana and cats. And I like to cook. You guys know I don't pay attention to the news when I'm not on here, right? Like, I listen to like wrestling podcasts and play video games and watch cooking. I watch a hell of a lot of cooking on YouTube. I'm definitely not mentally and emotionally healthy and stable. That is for sure. I mean, DJ Dub, you were here on Sunday night, weren't you? That is not. Hassan was on Majority Report and apparently is like twice as tall as Sam. Rhinos, welcome in. Anonymously, my friend, good to see you. So yeah. Mentally and emotionally stable and healthy. I doubt it. But I'm trying to say I try to preserve my sanity when I'm not on here. And we're going to do that next week. If you guys did not tune in last night, we're going to be taking vacation next week. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be on stream. I'm not going to be on stream on YouTube or Facebook. I'm going to get on Twitch, and we're going to watch fun shit next week. We're going to do summer vacation. We're probably going to take Sunday off. Monday, we're going to be doing the Back to the Beginning Farewell to Ozzy Osbourne concert. We're going to watch every goddamn minute of it. It's like 10.5 hours long. We're going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern. So tune in early if you want to watch the Ozzy Osbourne concert. That is next Monday. I've already watched chunks of it because Curiouser wanted to watch it, and it is amazing. And if you are a music nerd, you need to be here next Monday. This coming Monday, not next Monday. This coming Monday for the Back to the Beginning Ozzy Osbourne farewell concert, Tool, Metallica, Anthrax, Pantera, and multiple super groups. I mean, there's too many to name. If you haven't seen the lineup, it's fucking insane. It's the craziest lineup of bands fucking ever. Here's your meme of the day. Small gesture from New York served with mustard. Free hot dogs for ICE agents. All you have to do, show your ID. So are you saying that when you're spending all this time with me, DJ Dub, you're not feeling mentally healthy and stable? You're on here watching me, and it makes you feel not mentally healthy and stable. Hell of an endorsement. I love it. You guys want to see Smokey, don't you? Oh, shit. I fixed it up so we wouldn't miss calls this time. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Hi, this is John calling from Coinbase Asset Protection Team. Do I have the pleasure of speaking with JustinFREAKIN today?
I am JustinFREAKIN. What's going on, my friend? You stupid scammer.
I'm not a scammer. You're a scammer. You fucking nigger. You fucking dirty black nigger.
Well, I would have had a conversation with you, and I honestly don't care. Brother, I can't have you on. It's a different number. If you say shit that's gonna get me tossed off of Twitch, I can't have you on, so I don't mind it.
Hello, sir. I am from... No, sir, I'm not going to do that.
My friend.
Are you there, sir?
What?
Are you there, sir?
Did you ask me if I'm a pedophile?
I want
Is my name Trump?
No, I did not. I did not ask you that. You have schizophrenia, sir.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's not good.
But aren't you the one calling and using different voices and different personalities? Wouldn't that make you schizophrenic?
Aren't you the one who has like one viewer?
No.
Oh, so you don't have one viewer on Kick?
On Kick? Who the fuck watches
Yeah.
Kick? Do you not see?
Aren't you on Kick?
You're watching my stream, right? You're seeing all the people in the chat there. Nope, that side.
Okay, how many is that? I see 3 people.
There's like 30 people in here right now.
You got 3 people? That's what I'm hearing. 3.
30!
3 people?
30! And why the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Do idiots?
3, 0.
How many
3,
people
then
are
have
watching
0
you
no
right
more.
now?
Like 5. So I have more than you. You have 3, I have 5.
What? How do I have 3?
Yeah.
You see all the
You have
people.
3. You just said you have 3.
30!
You have 3,
30! 30, you dipshit!
I'm hearing 3, 3, 3.
Oh,
Well, what would you like to talk about, my friend?
I mean, you're the one who has the number right there. So what do you want to talk about, sir?
You called me.
Okay, yeah, you want to argue politics, but what politics? Like, are you a conservative or you liberal? what?
I am whatever allows me to piss
Oh,
and
you're
Dan
inbred.
What?
You're inbred.
I didn't say that. What the fuck?
Oh, that's what you said. Sorry.
I said I am whatever political persuasion allows me to piss in Dan Crenshaw's eye pussy.
So you don't have a job?
I own my own business. Like fucking
is that
right-wing
is that making
callers
meth?
are really weird to me because like you all say the same things. Aha! You've got 3 viewers. You don't have a job. You live in your mom's basement. Can you guys get some new material?
What do you want to talk about? I'm waiting. What do you want to argue about, Thur?
You called in to my show.
Okay, you got 3 viewers. What do you want to argue about?
Why do you keep saying I have 3 viewers?
I don't know, Thur.
Well, that was interesting. Why are so many kick streamers pedophiles? That's a good question. You have 3 viewers. Okay. Somebody else tried to call in. You wanna attempt it? Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Hello?
Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Hello, so this is Michael. This is Michael from Coinbase support, and we have a little alert on your Coinbase account, and we need.
I have a Coinbase account.
Yes, we need to reset your account. My name is Kevin Norton.
You know you
from
owe me like
Google.
$3,000, right?
My name is Kevin.
You owe me
Norton from
$3,000, Kevin.
Hello. Is this
Are you
Houston?
going to put the $3,000 in my account?
Hello, my
Kevin.
name is Hamash, and I need to reset your Google password. Your
You need
Coinbase has been hacked.
My Coinbase has been hacked.
Yes, your Coinbase has been hacked, Justin, and we need to reset your password. My name is Hamash Pagash.
Okay, Hamash Kakash. Walk me through the steps here. How do we reset my Google password?
You need to open your Gmail app, and I will send a push notification to your Gmail, and you will click yes, and you will click the number 23, so I can go into and wipe your. So
Okay.
I can go and fix your account.
I got my Google app open. Go ahead and send your push notice.
Okay. So,
Kevin!
hello,
Kevin!
hello.
Send your push notice to my phone.
All right, I did it. So you see it.
Nope.
You need to click the yes prompt so that I can go in.
What
and
email
wipe
did you
your-
send it to?
Wipe your fix your account.
What email did you send it to?
I sent it to your JustinFREAKIN@gmail.com.
That's not my email.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, I mean that's one of my emails, but that's not my main email. No.
Are you taking this seriously?
Are
actually
you
have your
fucking
app open?
taking it seriously? I tried. I mean, oh god, I love it. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Hello, Thur.
Yes.
I'm from Apple support.
Yes.
Your account is in danger.
Brother, I don't use Apple, so you got the wrong person.
Gosh. Oh no, it's your Android. Sorry, I misspoke. Gosh.
There's
gosh,
a big
not your
difference
account,
between
Thur.
Apple and Android.
No, I work for both.
Oh, you would know they're competition. You don't work for both.
No, I
You
use
think
for-
I'm
for,
stupid?
Apple. Yes.
I mean, good guess. How you doing, my
But
friend?
somebody's in your
How are
Samsung
you?
account
Are you
and
gonna
they're
send me the
taking over.
$3,000 you owe me, Kevin?
I'm not gathering. My name is Gosh Bagash.
Oshkosh Bagosh. Okay, how old are you? Because Oshkosh Bagosh has not been a thing for like 30 years.
I am 76.
Good answer. I love it.
Okay.
What kind of
so
porn do you
need
jack off
you
to,
need
Kevin?
Go to, your streams.
Excellent. I mean, we get a little kinky around here.
But I need you to
I'm getting
do a
another
couple
call.
steps for me.
I'm getting another call. I gotta let you go.
Oh no.
I didn't know I had call waiting until now. Kevin, what's going on?
Hello, my name is Kevin again, and this time I'm calling from Android support.
Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hi, this is Alex calling from Twitch support team. Am I speaking with Justin today?
Yeah, I'm Justin.
Thank you for confirming that. We detected some fucking nigger. Yeah.
You guys just want to come on and, like, I swear. Like, I don't
Hello?
mind. You're not offending me or anything, but, like, you're going to get me.
Yes.
You're trying to get me taken down from Twitch, and I can't let you do that, you know?
But
And then,
no,
like,
no,
then I won't be able
this
to
is
take
Kevin.
phone
This is
calls.
Kevin
And
again. I'm calling from Coinbase support. I need to reset your password, please.
we already went through this. You guys don't even know what account I have. Coinbase owes me
Yes.
like $3,000. Once you deposit that in my account, you can see all the links
Sir, I'm
down
very
in the
poor.
description.
I'm
Or
an
you can
Indian
hit
of a family
bang.
with 17.
You can hit
I have
bang,
a family of 17.
Venmo, or PayPal, whatever you choose. $3,000 in my account, and then we'll talk about the resetting the password.
Sir, I do not have $3,000. I don't even have.
Cause
clean
you're a
water to
fucking
get it.
loser. Go get a job.
I
Oh God. Thank you guys for the entertainment. I appreciate it. A fun little reprieve from the news. CJ, Ducky, Avalon. Who else came in here? My lord. One more time. It's Kevin again. Kevin, man, we gotta stop with this shenanigans.
No,
we got
no,
going
this
on here.
is this is Michael from X Video Support.
X
Your account got a
Video.
little hacked.
Yeah, hey,
Yes,
X
your account got
Video.
hacked.
That's like the only.
Yes, your
that's
account
like the
got
only
hacked.
porn site I could access anymore. They don't let us on Pornhub.
Yes.
So thank
So
you,
we're
X
contacting
Video.
we're contacting about your suspicious search history. So
Such
we have
as?
here chicks with dicks. We have here.
Oh, who
guys
doesn't
with
look at
tits.
buddy? Who doesn't look at
We
trans
have here-
porn? Trans women are fucking
have
hot.
We have transgender 69s. We have
Fucking amazing.
BDC with tits. So we're just wondering, was this you?
Like, honey, of course I'll look at trans porn. You guys all look at trans porn and you don't fucking. You're repressed and you feel like dirty after you do it. Fucking trans women are fucking
So,
hot.
I think
Trans
your
dudes are
account-
fucking
I think your
hot.
account got hacked. I think your account got hacked.
You think my account got hacked? Well, I was looking at
So we're
trans
gonna
porn.
go- we're
Well,
gonna
I
go
mean, that
ahead-
seemed
we're gonna
kind of
go ahead,
tame from
we're
my
gonna-
search history, to be honest with you. Because
As a
usually,
security officer, we're gonna
it's
go
like
ahead and you're
stranger
gonna repeat to me
gangbang or something like
your-
that.
Your full credit card and the 3 digits and the expiry date.
Okay, you need my credit card number. Okay, hold on.
Yes, can you repeat it back to me, please.
1 second.
To get your account back, you need to send 50 sol. This.
Okay,
one
it's a
Bitcoin.
MasterCard. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
It's 5333
Yep.
61
61
95
95
03
03
71
71.
57
Okay, bro.
02.
02.
Read it back to me.
Dude, I don't have a pen.
Then what the fuck are you putting it down on? Why are you having me
I
read
don't
my
know.
credit card number if you're not even fucking putting it in anything?
Okay, bye. This is Kevin.
Kevin,
Bye.
you suck at your job. All right, Kevin, what are you doing? Anybody else want some? Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Hello, my friend.
Hello! How are you?
Yes, my brother.
My brother,
Okay.
it's so good to
So
see
I
you.
am I am calling from sextoysus.com, and you've recently ordered 2 dildos,
Yeah?
Master Jack 3000.
Yeah?
You ordered a large Coke, a Big Mac, and a 10-piece chicken McNugget.
Wait. Well, first of all, they don't sound like me because I ain't ordering no fucking McDonald's, but like sex toy shops sell Big Macs now, is what you're saying.
No, my friend, that's just like the accessories with the sex toys, my friend. Okay, so where would you,
You
like
get a
this
Big Mac
delivered
with the sex toy.
from? Yes, you get a Big Mac with a sex toy.
Amazing. You need an address?
Yes, preferably your home address or a PO box, so we can go ahead and go forward with the the sex toys.
Absolutely. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you call me ma'am?
I am sorry, sir, but you sound like a ma'am. I am so sorry.
I sound like a man. That's exactly right.
No, ma'am.
Do you hear this voice? I've got testosterone and bass in my voice. You fucking don't. There's no hair
sure?
on your chest. Are you ready? Are
Are
you
you
ready
sure?
for this address? Because I want my goddamn dildos.
Yes, my friend. I will.
Okay, are you ready? It's JustinFREAKIN,
JustinFREAKIN.
Yes.
Morgan. Okay.
9101 International Drive.
International Drive.
Yes.
What?
Suite is what you put in the apartment line. It's Suite 2310. That's it.
What?
That's
state,
Orlando,
friend?
Florida. 32819.
My friend, that is a Funny Bone Comedy Club.
You
My
goddamn right. Now why don't you go there and do your fucking routine,
friend. I'm
dipshit?
a fucking.
Oh, fucking A. Sorry, kiddos. I actually want to get out of here and play some video games, so we're going to get to the news. We had some fun. Now we got to talk about, like, horrific shit, because we're going to Texas, where 110 people confirmed dead, 170 still missing, so that death count bound to rise. Youngblin, thank you for the follow. Thank you for being a freaking follower. Welcome in.
Just in the Kerr County area alone, there are 100
Governor Hot Wheels.
people who are known to be missing.
Staggering numbers tonight on the Hill Country flooding disaster. Governor Greg Abbott ended a press conference with the latest updates about a half hour ago. We're bringing you what we know, what we've learned, and the push for accountability now at 5.
News for San Antonio at 5. We're here for you.
And thank you for joining us now to the latest updates on the tragedy.
Yeah, we do want to get you caught up on the very latest numbers. As it's just a couple of moments ago, 109 people are dead in floods across Texas, 94 dead in Kerr County alone, 15 in other parts of the area. Governor Abbott says just in Kendall County alone, the deaths so far have surpassed the death toll from Hurricane Harvey. 5 Camp Mystic campers and 1 counselor still unaccounted for, along with another child not associated with the camp. And as you heard there at the top of the show, just in Kerr County, there are 161 known people who are still missing.
Officials are asking anyone who needs to report a neighbor, a friend, a loved one, someone you know missing, if you think they are, then call this number, 830-258-11.
Sorry, Avalon. They just kept calling and calling, so I had to turn it off.
San Antonio's Ethan Trejo, who was at the governor's press conference. Ethan?
Hey guys, sorry, I am currently moving inside a bus. As you can see, we just...
Now, the governor's press conference was just 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, so this is pretty fresh.
out of the governor's press conference. We are moving back to location. right now at this current moment. I can tell you a little bit about what the governor did say. He currently said that with our numbers standing right now, we have 109 total deaths across the state, with 161 people still missing.
Throw your tripod downstairs in the carriage.
Copy that. Thank you. He said that he reported the disaster over the holiday weekend that now has more fatalities in Kendall and Kerr County than Hurricane Harvey. The governor said that multiple agencies are continuing their efforts in recovery and providing closure to Texas families, echoing the theme that those efforts will not stop until every last person is found.
Nothing is as heart-wrenching as hearing the stories of what the girls around here, especially the girls at Camp Mystic. The hearts of our fellow Texans are breaking every single day because of what people of this community and the surrounding area are going through. We will not stop until every missing person is accounted for. Texas is in this with the people in the Hill Country right here. We are not leaving until this job is finished.
Governor Abbott was asked if he's going to call for an investigation and who is to blame for this flooding. The governor called the word blame, quote, rhetoric of losers.
House and Senate before we go into session. So probably beginning later this week or the early part of next week.
All Republicans do is blame other people constantly. Somehow this is going to get twisted around. I've got a Republican who's going to throw some blame around here in just a second. But I assume they're probably going to say that, immigrants caused this somehow.
Blame for this flooding. The governor called the word blame, quote, rhetoric of losers.
House and Senate before we go into session. So probably
jinx fire resist
part of next week.
Cicero, welcome in.
That are already kind of working on ideas about ways to address this. Second part of the question needs to be addressed. You ask, I'm going to use your words. Who's to blame? Know this. That's the word choice of losers. Let me explain one thing about Texas, and that is Texas,
full losers,
inch of our state, cares about football. You could be in Hunt, Texas, Huntsville, Texas, Houston, Texas, any size community, they care about football. High school, Friday.
How callous do you have to be at a press conference and talk about how much people care about football while there's 161 predominantly kids still missing?
Cares about football. You could be in Hunt, Texas, Huntsville, Texas, Houston, Texas, any size community, they care about football. High school, Friday night lights, college football, or pro. And know this, every football team makes mistakes. The losing teams are the ones that try to point out who's to blame. The championship teams are the ones that say, don't worry about it, man, we got this. We're going to make sure that we go score again, and we're going to win this.
Championship teams won, so there's no reason to have reflection, introspection on who you are. Whereas losing teams need to take assessment of what happened. This is a horrible fucking analogy is what it is.
This game. The way winners talk.
I'm a CJ.
Not to point fingers. They talk about.
I hate to hear you say that because this stream is causing me to not be sane. And that's why we're going to be taking a vacation next week. And we're not going to be doing news for a week. We're going to be doing fun stuff. It's going to be summer vacation next week. We're going to watch like Tiny Toons, How I Spent My Summer Vacation. And the Brady Bunch goes to Hawaii. On Monday, we're going to be doing the Ozzy Osbourne concerts. Next week, all fun shit. I'll have a schedule in Discord of what we're going to be doing next week. I want you guys all to take a mental health break with me. Yes, if something big happens, we'll troll patrol it up. But there's no troll patrol scheduled for next week. We're just going to do fun stuff on Twitch alone. I'm sorry, my lord. I can't. I'm going nuts. I'm going fucking nuts over here. It has taken its toll on my mental health. I can't sit here and watch these jackasses. I need a little break.
Solutions.
The governor says that they do plan to discuss flood issues at the state's special session in less than 2 weeks, and until then, they're encouraging anyone with legitimate information on a missing person to call 830-258-1111. From Hunt, Texas, I'm Ethan Trejo.
And even they're appearing to be on the bus with other media, having to go in and out of those press conferences. An interesting look at that. Before the news conference, Governor Abbott got an aerial tour of the damage over.
How did they get him in the helicopter? Did somebody have to like throw him over his shoulder and hop him up in there?
From the nearby town of Hunt.
Or do they have like a handicap ramp?
Yeah.
Like lifts him up into the helicopter.
Of damage everywhere you look, especially when you start heading west of Hunt, it actually gets even worse. You see the trees you've seen all over the place, stuff in the trees as well. And in addition, we've seen quite a few.
Cicero, I'd like it better if you've ever seen Arrested Development when Martin Short was on, and he played a character that was paralyzed from the waist down, and he had this gigantic guy that carried him around and would just throw him in places. That's how I like to picture Greg Abbott getting into that helicopter, like Martin Short getting thrown across the room.
Few cars just flipped over like this one right here that we found. We don't know what happened to the folks inside, but we do know that we really hope they weren't in the car when this happened. It was impossible to find out exactly what the story was here, but this car just deposited here. Plenty of other.
I feel like if they were in the car when it would happen, you would know.
This video from a number of miles even further west of here we went today. These are parts of Camp Mystic, which of course has been a big part of this story since it happened. Today, the belongings of the girls and the adults who had no time to grab anything as they left. They lay outside one of the cabins. Now, some things from the camp are lying in nearby trees well above the normal level of the Guadalupe River. We talked to one group that came out from Dallas. They came to try to just help out any way they could, and one of the things they say they are doing is retrieving the belongings for the girls who live in that area. One young man told us he especially wanted to help because two of the girls who died when the river flooded on his street, he'd known them for years.
It was Brooke and Blair, then their grandparents were there too. And so me and my dad, we kind of like, we knew we had to do something.
We've got a list of Dallas people whose trunks we're going to try to get back and haul back to Dallas for them.
Now, if you look at this video here, one thing we noticed today, as I was mentioning, is the further west you go from the center of the town of Hunt, the worse on average the devastation seems to be.
Of course, no mention of climate change.
The camp there.
You've got right-wingers all over social media saying this is not normal. They're modifying the weather.
Long.
Bill Gates needs to be arrested. No, it's not normal, you stupid cunts.
Here live, you can
We've been telling you.
We've seen a lot of
climate change.
Trees, also just other things that aren't even easily identifiable in some of these trees as well. Also, if you look right here, I don't know if this was a shed or exactly what this was, but you can see it's completely gone, swept up by the river as well. At one point earlier today in this area, I even saw a mattress.
That's a hell of a foundation for a shed.
Feet up in a tree here along the Guadalupe River. So just so much work still to do here, even as police and rescue officials try to account for some of the missing. Reporting live just west of the center of the town of Hunt, I'm Tom Rousey for News 4 San Antonio.
Undoubtedly, still months ahead before all of that debris is cleaned up. In Center Point today, search efforts are underway in the Guadalupe River. Scuba divers and
DJ Dub says there has been 48 confirmed tornadoes in Minnesota so far this year. Now, for those of you unaware, Minnesota is not in Tornado Alley. DJ Dub, will you do me a favor and look up, let's say 1995. How many tornadoes happened in the state of Minnesota in 1995? I would love to compare those numbers.
Search boats surveyed one area near San Antonio Street. Down the river, volunteers came from all over to help clean debris at this RV park.
It's very heartbreaking. It's emotional, but we're going to get through this together as a tight community.
And we are hearing a lot of that tonight. Right now, News 4 San Antonio's John Perrick is live near the river as well with a look at some of the damage in that area. John?
Hey guys, crews are still on scene right now cleaning up that damage. But earlier, we were down the road in Bernie where we met a group on a mission to help.
In Bernie!
While search efforts continue down the Guadalupe River, in Bernie, you'll meet a lot of helpful hands.
Let's use what we have for good.
Jen and Clint Sanders work here at Bunker Branding in Bernie. It's a merchandise company, now turned into an emergency relief center. They've got it all.
Between toiletries, bathroom supplies, feminine products, clothes.
So I happened to pick a particularly high year to point out. So 32 and 95. But it looks like the average through the 90s was around 25. There have been 48 so far this year. And we are, 3 months away from the end of tornado season?
Everything.
For the past 3 days, they've been delivering truckloads of basic necessities to those affected in areas like this RV park in Center Point.
Yeah.
What does this mean to you?
Everything. We just wanted to help people. That's it.
While we were there earlier, people were flowing in, wanting to help in any way possible. A sight Clint Sanders says he's seen all week.
So this is all the clothes we intook yesterday.
So we had, this is a lot of stuff that we intook from other people, but we had one guy show up with
this shouldn't be the responsibility of other.
Do you guys really even know what you're doing?
Of other people.
No, I have been waiting.
We should have a government that takes care of people. People shouldn't have to step up.
Merchandise like these t-shirts, they know what they're doing. The proceeds from each shirt sold goes directly to those impacted.
This is called perseverance porn, if you guys aren't aware. It is a feel-good story about a systematic failure. We had a systematic failure, but they give you this feel-good story of people doing good in the community without addressing the actual problem.
Then a day, they raised $25,000.
It's getting shared all over the world, and we're really thankful for everybody that's willing to help.
Yeah. And coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, I'm going to give you a closer look.
That's woke, fire resist. Samson, light one up, tip one back.
Guys, I'll send it back over to you.
Tonight, we are learning more about some of the victims killed in those floods. The Odessa Police Department confirming Officer Bailey Martin as one of those victims. Martin was known to be vacationing in the Hill Country and was swept away by the floodwaters. Our Emma Allen has been following the very latest on the victims as we get new information. She joins us now from the live desk with the latest. Emma?
Well, Chloe Childress, a counselor at Camp Mystic, a 19-year-old who just graduated high school, was killed during the catastrophic flooding in Kerr County. Her family saying she was looking forward to dedicating her summer days to loving and mentoring young girls. They say while they know her joy is now eternal and her faith has become sight, their hearts are shattered by this loss and the heartbreak of other families like theirs. Chloe was set to attend the University of Texas at
Igloo, welcome in.
And the body of Mary Grace Baker.
There's only one good kind of cop.
Was one of the girls missing from Camp Mystic. She was a third grader at St. Anne Catholic Church in Beaumont. The school says her giggle was contagious as well as her spirit. She was a girl's girl who loved pink, sparkles, and bows. The school went on to say Mary Grace was a bright light in their close-knit school community. That is the latest from the live desk.
I'll be going down on Friday with First Lady. We'll be taking a trip, and we don't want to get in anyone's way because that's what happens. The president goes and everyone's around focused on. I don't want anyone to focus.
It was all God's plan.
President Trump confirming today he will be coming down on Friday to look at the damage from the Kerrville floods. Tonight, meantime, the Department of Homeland Security head Kristi Noem is vowing support. Noem is praising the federal government's response to the floods.
Kristi Noem?
FEMA that is also.
You mean my GOP mommy?
Our region.
And tonight, we also have a look at the damage in the Austin area. These are exclusive aerials from your South Texas Ford dealers Sky 4. As we mentioned earlier, there have been a total of 14 deaths in this area.
Insane video. I'm sorry I had that drop over it. Shit.
Tonight, search and recovery efforts are getting a boost from our southern neighbors.
Firefighters from Mexico are in Ingram. Annika Johns is there with the story.
Yeah. As people pointed out, Mexico never hesitates to come up and help us, whether it be fires in California, flooding in Texas. But boy, we don't return the same favor to Mexico. They are an incredibly good neighbor to us. We are not a good neighbor to them.
Foundation 911.
Good evening. All right, so there's been a massive show of support here in Hill Country. First responders, as we know, from all over the state and the country are here, and now the world are making their way here to help with search and rescue efforts. And a group from Mexico is simply saying that this is all about solidarity without borders. Now, they posted several of their missions online. Foundation 911 shows their men driving, gearing up, and heading into the areas covered with debris. Now, I spoke with Ismail Aldaba, Foundation 911 911's founder about what exactly is happening out in those search areas. Now, he can only speak on the phone since he is currently aiding.
Oh yeah, we give their cartels lots of guns.
And destruction here is unlike anything he's ever seen before.
This is very bad. I mean, this is the most severe I've seen. And our teams, obviously, we have guys that travel worldwide and help whenever there's need. Earthquakes, tsunamis, they've done a lot of that type of specialized work. And they're impressed as well with the amount of damage that this flooding caused.
Now, Aldaba goes on to say that he expects his team to remain here in Texas for at least the remainder of the week, but of course that could change. Now, he also says another team from Mexico with special cadaver canines is also making their way here to help with those search efforts. Reporting live from
Cadaver canines.
Annika John,
Yeah.
back to you.
Well, back in the live desk, a family from California is still missing after the flood in Hunt. 52-year-old.
She's reading off her phone anonymously.
14-year-old son Johnny haven't been heard from since Friday's storm swept away dozens along the Guadalupe River. The family was reportedly staying at a house in Hunt while their teenage daughter Ellie attended camp. Ellie was rescued from a camp in the area and is safe. No word as to what that camp was. Friends of the family says they are all a lovely, vibrant family, very happy. Ellie is now looking for answers as to where her family is. A prayer service has been scheduled.
Yeah, I'm assuming the death toll is going to rise by 161.
That is the latest from the live.
So that's going to put us at like 270 died in this. That's
after the devastating floods here in our community, and that is why News 4 San Antonio is partnering with the Salvation Army for Sinclair Cares Texas.
This is the end of their report. We're going to go to, they just posted this. We're going to hear from a man who watched his brother's house. A man who watched his brother's house float down the road. This is in Austin.
Saw my brother's house, who's just up here, float by within 15 minutes. We first saw their cars floating, and their outbuildings floating, and then their house floating by, and our cows swimming by with them.
Kind of just walk me through the scene when all the water just started coming through here the other day.
Well, luckily we didn't see it. Unfortunately, we got woke up. But I think the more spectacular thing is when the electricity finally came back on. I was able to look at my video cameras, and we saw my brother's house, who's just up here, float by within 15 minutes. We first saw their cars floating, and their outbuildings floating, and then their house floating by, and our cows swimming by with them. So it was pretty, I mean, just that in itself. And when we woke up, it looked like, World War III. It was just a disaster.
Got a kick out of it, at least.
No, the fire department was trying to evacuate us, but my wife's a mechanical engineer. She built this house, or designed this house to stay, and we told them we were going to stay, and everything's worked out for us. The only thing we're out of is water right now.
So do you guys have any damage to your house? I know you have some damage to the property.
Yeah, just mud damage, water damage in the lower areas. We got very little in the house at all. So we're actually better off than most, as you can see.
And I mean, just looking.
Definitely better than your brother.
What are your thoughts about everything you're seeing?
Well, we had, I think, 14 families all together on here. We have nobody here today except us, so it was pretty devastating,
And I mean, you guys say you're still missing some animals, aren't you?
Yeah, we have a small little farm. And of course, our pot-bellied pig Dottie is missing, and one of our geese, probably downstream, and the
goose is probably safe.
Geese a quarter mile down the road, stuck in the mud. So yeah, I'm missing some animals, and we haven't got full tally yet as well.
And I mean,
I hope the pig was able to survive.
About 25 years.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I'm a weather buff, and I record the weather. I also report it to NOAA, and I was noticing last night when I was checking my data, I think we got 10.56 inches right here in this area over the weekend. Well, I've had 10.56 inches in 1 hour at one time, and this did not occur. So yeah, never, not in the 25 years I've been here.
And obviously, one of the things that you mentioned to me was when you guys came out here yesterday, people were just lined up. And so what has the community response been like?
Oh, it's been awesome. As I said, I have been growing a cynicism tumor over the years, and I mean, it kind of shrunk a little bit yesterday. I mean, the streets were lined with people offering to help. It was pretty amazing.
And I guess just to wrap up, I mean, seeing obviously the damage up and down the street, how long do you think it's going to take you guys?
I think it's going to take us several years. I mean, we're missing several of our community members are missing their homes completely, and all this cleanup. So
the problem with several years is that
kind of back to normal.
As the people in North Carolina found out, they're still rebuilding from last year, and they got hit again from the tropical depression that moved through, Sunday night?
Normal if we can within 6 months or so, but I expect a couple years to get all this straightened out.
Now I have a question for you. Have you been down to the end?
Yes.
Okay, there's a big metal piece lying at the end. What? Do you know what that is?
It's probably some form. It's either a form. It's either a mobile home frame or some sort of agricultural equipment, because people down the end have a lot of farm implements and stuff. But I can't identify it either.
Yeah, I guess, is there anything?
It kind of look like a mobile home frame.
I really have to comment on how well people came out and supported us. It was pretty amazing.
The people supported them, but the support systems that were supposed to be put in by their local government did not support them. Kerr County had the opportunity to install flood sirens, and they didn't.
While many Texas counties have outdoor sirens used for severe weather alerts, including floods, Kerr County does not. And tonight it's raising questions as to why. Brian New explores the backstory and the growing grassroots push to change that.
In North Texas, there are hundreds of these. Most of us think about them as tornado sirens, but they can also be used to alert of other severe weather, such as flash floods. Had there been sirens like this in Kerr County, would it have made a difference? It's hard to say, but some believe it might have given people just a few extra minutes to get to safety.
Well, yeah.
We do not have a warning system.
It was an admission from Kerr County officials this weekend that's now raising eyebrows. Nearly a decade ago, neighboring counties like Guadalupe and Comal installed flood sirens.
Attention. This is a task of the New Braunfels Outdoor Warning System.
New Braunfels, which also has a history of flash floods, has made sirens a key part of its emergency response. But upstream in Kerr County, records show officials considered a warning system in 2017, then rejected it as too expensive. In an August 2016 meeting, a county commissioner at the time voted against a flood engineering study, saying, "I think this whole thing is a little extravagant for Kerr County. And I see the word sirens and all that stuff in here."
Wow.
But it wasn't just local efforts that stalled. A bill in the last Texas legislative session would have created a statewide strategic plan for the use of outdoor sirens and helped fund sirens in rural areas. But the bill's hefty price tag drew criticism as it failed to pass.
They know they need it. They have now admitted they need it. They've never accomplished it. And I felt like I needed to do something.
As she saw the images, Nicole Wilson of San Antonio decided she couldn't stay silent. So she launched a grassroots campaign urging Kerr County to install a modern outdoor siren system. Wilson says she believes even a few minutes of warning could have made all the difference.
Yes.
In my heart and in my head, and having done risk management in the Army, I fundamentally believe, based through every scenario I've been through, that 5 minutes makes a difference.
Wilson is hoping to get enough signatures on her petition to then take it to Governor Greg Abbott. It is worth noting that Kerr County is not the only community without a siren warning system. San Antonio, Austin, and Houston also don't have outdoor sirens. Instead, those communities have focused on digital alerts, such as ones that you would get on your phone. With the I-Team, Brian New, CBS News, Texas.
In fact, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says the state should cover the cost for sirens to be installed if Kerr County cannot afford it. And Governor Abbott just a little while ago during a press conference reassuring the public that the Kerr County floods and all these floods will be discussed in a special session on July 21st.
Ducky, T-minus, thank you for throwing out the gift sub. Welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. What state are you in today? Representative Tim Burchett has a different idea about what we could do to prevent situations like this. I guess he's going to Tim Bird shit, indeed. Minty, welcome in. Prepare yourselves for this one.
We'll have a tough hearing, and we'll hear what's going on. People are saying we're conspiracy theorists, but, you know, you don't patent a conspiracy. And these things have been patented, they've been proven they do it. There's Sean Ryan has a podcast out, just oddly enough, this past couple of weeks, a fella's talking about.
Stop getting your information from podcasts and YouTube grifters, especially if you are a fucking congressman. A fucking congressman shouldn't be telling me about a fucking grifter he heard on a podcast.
Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
We'll have a tough hearing, and we'll hear what's going on. People are saying we're conspiracy theorists, but, you know, you don't patent a conspiracy. And these things have been patented, they've been proven they do it. There's Sean Ryan has a podcast out, just oddly enough, this past couple of weeks, a fella's talking about how they've proven that it works, because they will, if you just see the cloud, you just don't really know, you can't prove it. But if you zigzag or create a shape or write your name or say Voice of America across of it, and the rain comes down out of that, then you can prove it's happened. And they've proven it works in some cases. So it's a real thing. Weather manipulation is real, but in the hands of our enemies or some overlord, I think it could be a very detrimental thing. And I'm big on God and just letting him work his magic, not people trying to play God. We'll have.
Oregon Gal, welcome in. Conspiracy theories about the Texas floods leads to death threats. Disinformation around a weather weapon and cloud seeding is being widely promoted by everyone from anti-government extremists to GOP influencers to a fucking sitting congressperson. On Sunday afternoon, Michael Meyer, not Michael Myers, the founder of anti-government extremist group Veterans on Patrol, posted a warning on his Telegram channel due to the recent weather weapon deployed against Texas, which resulted in a high number of child murders. Efforts to eliminate the military treason are being escalated. Meyer, who is commonly known as Lewis Author, wrote, "Hours later, a man broke into an enclosure containing the next-gen live radar system operated by News 9 in Oklahoma City, damaging its power supply and briefly knocking it offline. The man also damaged CCTV cameras monitoring the site, but footage shared by News 9 shows the cameras captured a clear image of his face before they were destroyed. Amazing." Did he eat something out of his hand? What was... It kind of looked like he was talking like a Secret Service agent or something. Maybe picking his nose? I feel like I know this dude. I've known so many people look exactly like him. I love that he's hurting himself trying to get over the fence. He looks totally sober. This is amazing. Oh God, he flashed the camera. Instead of kicking authority in the balls, he's showing authority his balls. Wow. This was just 2 days ago. News 9 in Oklahoma City. All this is a Doppler satellite. Taking these out make it harder for your local weather person to be able to predict the weather, which they are incredibly good at, by the way. A lot of people like to bash weathermen. If they tell you there's a 60% chance of rain, the bad example there. If they tell you there's like an 80% chance of rain, and then it doesn't rain, they didn't lie to you. The 20% just happened. Much better closure rate than cops. And yeah, if they're telling you what the weather's going to do a week out, you know, they're not that accurate, but they can tell you what's going to happen tomorrow with pretty fucking good precision. It's very much an inexact science. A lot of people don't understand probability sports cards. That's why everybody gets on to me about like the 2016 election. Oh, Hillary had a 94% chance of winning. The New York Times said the day of, just because the 6% happened. There he is attacking the CCTV camera. So he's trying to open an electricity box. Breaker box. Yeah, it's a wonder he didn't hurt himself. Amazing he didn't hurt himself. That was a guy who tried to attack a radar system in Oklahoma. Captain Valerie Littlejohn of the Oklahoma City Police Department tells Wired that no arrests have been made, but that the department is aware of the Veterans on Patrol group, Meyer, who declined to tell Wired whether he knew the identity of the perpetrator, says the attack was part of what he calls Operation Lone Wolf, adding that he's in discussion online with over a dozen people who are willing to carry out similar attacks. Anyone that's going out to eliminate a NexRad, if they haven't harmed life and they're doing it according to the videos that we're providing, they are part of our group, Meyer tells Wired. We're going to have to take out every single media's capabilities of lying to the American people. Mainstream media is the biggest threat right now. NexRads refer to next-generation weather radar systems used by the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration to detect precipitation, wind, tornadoes, and thunderstorms. Meyer says that his group wants to disable these, as well as satellite systems used by media outlets to broadcast weather updates. The attack on the News 9 weather radar system comes amid a sustained disinformation campaign on social media platforms, including everyone from extremist figures like Meyer to elected GOP lawmakers. What united these desperate figures is that they were all promoting the debunked conspiracy theory that the devastating flooding in Texas last weekend was caused not by a month's worth of rain falling in the space of just a few hours, the intensity of which meteorologists say was difficult to predict ahead of time, but by a targeted attack on American citizens using directed energy weapons or cloud seeding technology to manipulate the weather. The result has not only been possible damage to a radar system, but death threats against those who are being wrongly blamed for causing the floods. I think that we've probably received in excess of 100 explicit death threats on either email or X, with probably about a one order of magnitude more calls for my incarceration. Augustus Doricchio, founder of cloud seeding company Rainmaker, tells Wired. NOAA is aware of recent threats against NexRad weather radar sites and is working with local and other authorities in monitoring the situation closely. Over 100 people have now been confirmed to have lost their lives in the flash flooding that hit homes and camps along the edge of the Guadalupe River in the early hours of Friday morning. Meteorologists who spoke to Wired dismissed claims that the National Weather Service failed to accurately predict the risk of flooding in Texas, but within hours of the tragedy happening, conspiracy theorists, right-wing influencers, and lawmakers were pushing wild claims on social media that the floods were somehow geoengineered. Fake weather, fake hurricanes, fake flooding, fake. Candace Taylor, who intends to run as a GOP candidate to represent Georgia's 1st Congressional District, the House of Representatives, wrote in a post viewed 2.4 million times. That doesn't even seem natural. Kylie Jane Krimmer, Executive Director of Women for America First, wrote on X in a post that has been viewed 9 million times. Candace Taylor, I know the name because I feel like I had a story about her from last week before this ever happened, that she was saying something stupid and we never got around to it. As the emergency response to the floods was still taking place on Saturday, U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene tweeted that she would be introducing a bill to end the dangerous and deadly practice of weather modification and geoengineering. Greene, who once blamed California wildfires on laser beams or light beams connected to an electric company with purported ties to an organization affiliated with a powerful Jewish family, said that the bill will be similar to Florida Senate Bill 56, which Governor Ron DeSantis signed into law in June. On Instagram, right-wing influencer Gabrielle Yoder jumped on one of the biggest conspiracy theories, claiming that cloud seeding was responsible for causing the floods and calling out Doricchio. Specifically, Doricchio's company was also named by disgraced former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. He wrote that anyone who calls this out as a conspiracy theory can go fuck themselves. Doricchio told Wired that Rainmaker was working on a brief cloud seeding operation just days before the storms near the town of Rung, Texas, about 120 miles away from Kerr County, where the worst of the flooding was concentrated. But Doricchio says his staff meteorologist noted some high moisture content in the region. The company, he says, called off its operations per state regulations. Cloud seeding, the practice of increasing precipitation in a cloud by introducing materials like silver iodide or dry ice, has been in use for decades. The Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation maintains a page on current weather modification efforts from irrigation districts, counties, and other groups in the state. DeRico's company, Rainmaker, is a buzzy startup that aims to synthesize advanced technology with environmental stewardship. Multiple meteorologists told Wired there is no way that cloud seeding was responsible for the devastating storms that racked Texas last week. It is not physically possible or possible within the laws of atmospheric chemistry to cloud seed at a scale that would cause an event like the Texas flooding to occur, this is according to Matt Lanza, a digital meteorologist based in Houston. Lanza compares cloud seeding to adding icing to a cake. It's able to juice up precipitation from clouds in drier areas, not create storms wholesale out of thin air. NOAA and the National Weather Service are defending their response, but a former NOAA administrator says the DOJ cuts absolutely contributed to Texas flood impact. Former administrator of the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration said on Tuesday that some people in the path of devastating Texas floods didn't receive urgent weather alerts because of a warning coordination meteorologist job vacancy at the National Weather Service. Now, that is what the administration is pointing to, that the National Weather Service issued the alerts. The problem was there weren't enough people locally to spread the word and activate the local agencies. A NOAA spokesperson told Newsweek in a statement that extra personnel were staffed at the NWS Austin, San Antonio, and San Angelo offices during the flood, and that the NWS remains dedicated to our mission to serve the American public through our forecasts and decision support services. Several experts have commended the NWS on its job alerting people in the impacted area. Job cuts that hit NOAA and NWS this year. Thistle Girl, I thought you were already a follower. Welcome in. Job cuts that hit NOAA and the National Weather Service this year drew renewed focus following catastrophic flooding in Texas over the weekend, in which some parts of the state saw more than 20 inches of rain. More than 100 people have died, including 27 campers. We're going to have to go ahead and add the other 161. The death toll is going to end up being over 270. The reductions carried out under the White House's Department of Government Efficiency impacted hundreds of NOAA and NWS employees, significantly raising vacancy rates at forecasted offices. In June, the National Weather Service began a hiring process to fill more than 100 vacant positions. In an interview with CNN on Tuesday, the former NOAA administrator Rick Spinrad said the National Weather Service did their job in regard to issuing watches, warnings, and wireless emergency alerts to notify people in the path of the floods before danger arrived. However, some people didn't receive the warnings. We need to understand why that last mile is where the problem was in terms of getting alerts out. Spinrad added that one of the problematic issues with the most recent flood was that there was a lack of warning coordination meteorologists at the Austin San Antonio office, which he said was a critical position. The individual who had that position took one of the retirements that the administration had offered up a couple months ago. In an interview with CNN earlier this week, Tom Fahey, the legislative director for the National Weather Service's employee union, said that the National Weather Service Forecast Office had adequate staffing and resources, but confirmed that the Austin San Antonio office was missing a warning coordination meteorologist. Critics have raised concerns that job cuts at the National Weather Service and NOAA left offices short-staffed and compromised forecasting, coordination, and emergency communication. Lenny, welcome in. Right-wingers, I would like to tell you there is indeed a conspiracy going on here. There are about 90, give or take a few dozen, 90 or so people that are all invested in making sure that the planet continues to warm. They are fossil fuel executives and industrialists. And they have spent billions, if not trillions at this point, to try to propagandize you that climate change isn't happening. This is what? The 400th once-in-a-lifetime weather event that has occurred in the 5 years that I've been doing the Troll Patrol. Here's the clip you guys have all been waiting for. If you haven't watched it already. Earlier today, President Trump held a cabinet meeting. He was asked by reporters about the new information that we have received about Jeffrey Epstein over the weekend. Oh boy.
Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former Labor Secretary, who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape on the night of the staff?
Yeah, sure. If could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems...
well, Marco looks very uncomfortable.
You go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview.
Please tell us about the minute that is missing. We saw it with our own eyes last night. There's like a minute, 8 seconds missing from the footage.
Interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said I was asked a question about the client list and
that you said you had on your desk and that you have reviewed and that people were going to be shocked at the names. That was what you said. You literally said that.
My response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively, the video was not conclusive, but the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it.
Wow. A minute is missing every night. I don't believe that. As someone who does video production, I don't believe it for a second. Also, she just fucking lied. Don't take my word for it here. Listen to Pam Bondi in February.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we'll check back with you. The deal.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's the quote where she's like, you'd be shocked at the names? Did she say that in a different? I swear she said that, didn't she? This is from the Economic Times. This Pam Bondi exposes shocking names on the Epstein list. This is from like 4 months ago.
Now, I'm grateful President Trump has the courage and the willingness to put the names on a list and let everybody know what was going on this island that Epstein owned.
RFK Jr.'s mom, Mick Jagger, Alec Baldwin are in the Epstein files. Wait, Michael Jackson? Yes, Mick Jagger is RFK Jr.'s mom. Department of Justice is following through on President Trump's commitment to transparency and lifting the veil on the disgusting actions of Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators. That was Pam Bondi. First phase of the files released today sheds light on Epstein's extensive network, begins to provide the public with long overdue accountability. I don't believe Michael Jackson. Then again, Noam Chomsky flew with him. Among the names appearing in Epstein's contact book are Rolling Stones frontman Mick Jagger, Alec Baldwin, Michael Jackson, Ethel Kennedy. Others included Andrew Cuomo, Naomi Campbell, Courtney Love, Ted Kennedy, and Alan Dershowitz. I 100% believe Alan Dershowitz is a pedophile. Also, John Kerry, Dustin Hoffman, Ivana and Ivanka, Bob Weinstein, David Koch, Ralph Fiennes, Liz Hurley, it's so weird that they keep saying different things than what they were saying just a few months ago. Here is the deputy director of the FBI, used to be a podcast grifter.
If people don't trust that the government's telling them the truth about Epstein, telling them the truth about JFK, then what the else are they lying about? This isn't about Epstein or 9/11 or JFK or RFK. It is, but it isn't. It's about a bigger thing. If you're lying about that, you're lying about everything. You see my point? Here's Glenn Beck on the PBD podcast, Patrick Bet David, saying he's got some pretty good...
Oh my God, how many... This is like inception of grifters here. I'll hear Dan Bongino playing Glenn Beck on the Patrick Bet David podcast.
Sources that the Epstein files could be coming out in like 10 days or so. I got a big question about the Epstein files, given everything I've told you about it. And we've covered this a lot. Who the hell is on those Epstein tapes? Check this out.
Hey, Dan Bongino, allow me to tell you who is on those Epstein tapes and the reason why they will never be released. MAGA. They think you're fucking stupid. You know that, right? Donald Trump knows you're fucking stupid. You got played.
In the next 10 days, you're going to see the Epstein file released.
In the next 10 days?
Next 10 days.
Oh,
Yep.
please. You think in the next 10 days the whole thing's going to be released?
Yeah.
And what kind of information you have to be able to be that certain about it?
I plead the fifth.
In the next 10 days?
Next 10 days.
Oh, Glenn, stop it.
Next 10 days.
You're
I'm telling you.
teasing millions who want that list.
Day number 1, Kash Patel walks in. By the end of the day, it will be released.
Oh, please.
Did Cash?
Oh my God!
Not yet.
Did RFK get confirmed yet?
Not yet.
Tulsi? None of them, though.
House, not Senate. Yeah.
So
All
as
right.
soon as he's confirmed his first day, it will be released.
Oh, I can't wait.
Who's on the Epstein tapes, folks? Who's on those tapes? Who's in those black books? Why have they been hiding it?
Wow. Wow. Who was on those tapes, Bongino said? It's a mystery, isn't it? Complete fucking mystery. Who would be on those tapes that is powerful enough to make sure that they never see the light of day? Complete mystery. We'll never fucking know, will we? I saved the best clip for last. Are you guys ready for this? The king of conspiracy theories, one Mr. Alex Jones, apparently had a complete meltdown over this. Let's go to Alex inside of his car. That's where the best videos come from.
Now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now. It's because I have integrity. And
He just said he has integrity. Alex fucking Jones just said he has integrity. Wow. I'll tell you what you don't have, Alex Jones. You don't have any capacity for self-awareness. You have no capacity for being able to feel embarrassment. Brother, you ain't got no integrity.
now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. My mouth is watering right now. It's because I have integrity. And,
Man, I have heard some bullshit on this show. But Alex Jones claiming to have integrity, that takes the cake.
I just really need the Trump administration to succeed and to save this country, and they're doing so much good. And then for them to do something like this tears my guts out. And, the left, they're all complicit. They're openly promoting pedophilia. We know they're pure evil.
Wow! Wow! The left is openly promoting pedophilia. We know they're pure evil. You helped get a pedophile elected, you stupid fuck.
And they'll think it's all funny. Oh, look, Alex is sad. The MAGA's tearing itself apart. Your globalist masters literally want you to eat bugs and live in a 5G, 200 square foot coffin apartment. Look at the left. Look at them all posing with their Pfizer.
Brother, globalist masters. You think Donald Trump, the billionaire that has business interests all over the world, isn't a fucking globalist? Jesus Christ. Alex.
Shots looking like dead zombies. I mean, come on. You guys are sick. And so you shouldn't look at those of us that have a soul still and have integrity in pain over this and celebrate, you dumb pieces of fucking shit. You're going against your own self-preservation, serving this evil globalist system in BlackRock and the New World Order and Hakeem Jeffries and all the rest of it. So I'm just...
Hakeem Jeffries? Did you just throw in Hakeem Jeffries because he's black? Wow. This is insane. Brother.
Do you think we're stupid? You think we're fools?
Still and have integrity in pain over this and celebrate, you dumb pieces of fucking shit. You're going against your own self-preservation, serving this evil globalist system in BlackRock and the New World Order and Hakeem Jeffries and all the rest of it. So I'm just processing this right now. I don't know on what planet Trump is doing all this good stuff in the real world and still being demonized by the corporate media. And constant lies like, oh, there was no weather alert for flash floods in Texas by the National Weather Service. There was the day before and over 500 times. It's just constant lies. I need to defend Trump. He's being lied about. And then this type of shit happens. I don't even know what to say. I mean, it's just...
You got played, you stupid fuck.
It's beyond insane. You couldn't try to hurt yourself worse. You couldn't try to discredit the FBI worse than what they've done. Pam Bondi, all of it. All those videos are saying, yeah, she's seen the videos. It's all coming out. And then now it doesn't exist. I mean, what? 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 Damn it. 11 a.m. today, I'll be covering it.
You don't have integrity. What you are, and it's funny you should bring up self-preservation. Because that's what you're doing, self-preservation. There's a word for people like you.
Sycophant. Sycophant. Sycophant.
An insincere flatterer. A servile, self-seeking flatterer. Sycophant. A servile, self-seeking flatterer. You're sucking Trump ass for your own self-preservation. Trump, by the way, a globalist. Now, I've had multiple people tell me that I cheered on the assassination attempts against Trump. I don't think I ever cheered on the assassination attempts against Trump. But I would say that if a pedophile was to meet that fate, I wouldn't lose any sleep. One of the men who tried to take out Trump last year, requesting a new defense team, Ryan Ruth, has asked for a new defense team in his Trump assassination case. Ruth was accused of staking out Trump for 12 hours at his golf course. Ruth pleaded not guilty to all charges back in October of 2024. Ryan Ruth, the suspect in the attempted assassination of President Donald Trump in September of 2024, has requested a new defense team for his case. Ruth respectfully requests the court set a hearing to terminate the representation of his appointed counsel and their office. Ruth is accused of staking out Trump for 12 hours on his golf course in Florida and allegedly wrote of his desire to kill him. Investigators say he pointed a rifle through a tree line on the golf course where Trump was staying. Prosecutors said Ruth admitted to the scheme in a letter that he dropped off at the house of an unnamed witness several months before the alleged assassination attempt. The witness didn't open the box until after Ruth's arrest. Court documents also revealed that the box also contained ammunition, a metal pipe, miscellaneous building materials, tools, 4 phones, and various letters. Now, as I was coming on, I had a report that co-conspirators have been charged in this case. Now, I couldn't find it from a reputable source, though. Came from what is called Headline USA, which I have no idea what it is. But if this actually happened, let's find out. Not seeing it from a reputable news source. So this is the only source that I can find, and it's Headline USA. So I have no idea what that is. Take it with a grain of salt. I do not stand behind the reporting. DOJ charges 2 people for helping Ryan Ruth's alleged Trump assassination plot. Ruth paid Oxidine $350 in cash for the SKS rifle and paid Cooper $100 in cash for arranging the sale. Once again, I can't find that the Justice Department has actually charged anybody. But according to this reporting, 2 people have been charged in North Carolina for helping Ryan Ruth obtain his SKS-style rifle as part of his alleged plot to assassinate Donald Trump. Co-conspirators, Tina Brown Cooper and Ronnie J. Oxidine. Let's see if I can find an arrest for Tina Brown Cooper. I apparently can find an indictment that was issued in March 24th, perhaps unsealed today. They were both charged in March and have already pled guilty. Their cases have not been publicized until now. Neither Cooper nor Oxidine knew what Ruth was planning, according to court records. According to the DOJ, Ruth called Cooper, who was his employee at his roofing business, last July about procuring a rifle. Cooper recommended to Ruth that they buy the firearm from a pawn shop, and Ruth then reminded her that he was unable to purchase a firearm in his true name because he was a convicted felon. Cooper then agreed to help Ruth acquire a firearm. Cooper then reached out to Oxidine, whom she now works for at Sun's Roofing Company in Greensboro. At first, Oxidine apparently didn't know Cooper was buying the gun for Ruth. When they all showed up to his business on August 2nd, Oxidine was surprised to see Ruth, whom he hadn't seen in over a decade and thought was living in Hawaii. Oxidine was outside the business when Cooper, her daughter, and Ruth arrived. Oxidine asked Cooper why Ruth was there. Cooper explained that the SKS rifle was actually for Ruth. Oxidine handed the SKS rifle to Ruth. Ruth paid Oxidine $350 in cash for the SKS rifle. Seems really cheap. And paid Cooper $100 in cash for arranging the sale. Oxidine asked Cooper why she did not tell him the firearm was for Ruth. Cooper responded that she thought Oxidine would have an issue with Ruth being the recipient of the firearm. The criminal conspiracy didn't end there. Later on the same day, Ruth purchased the gun. He asked Cooper to inquire about the location of the rifle's serial number, allegedly so he could obliterate them. Then he asked Cooper if he could help him procure a 50 caliber sniper rifle. Oxnine said he didn't have one, leaving Ruth and his former employee to search elsewhere. So once again, I do not have verification of this. I do not have a reputable source. Flash says it's overpriced for an SKS. I was expecting them to be like $1,000. This apparently, allegedly, some of the text messages. FBI came by the shop. Do not volunteer any information. Nothing happened. Feeling them see where they're coming from. Do not admit to anything. There's no proof if they check your record that they know how many guns you have bought this year. I know what I'm doing. I do not know shit. And you do not either. Do not open and admit to nothing. No proof. There's apparently text messages between Tina Brown Cooper and Ronnie J. Oxidine. The screen did look smashed to hell and back. Very weird that this has not been publicized, that I had a hard time finding a source for this. But I'll tell you what they are publicizing. Apparently, it's investigation time for a couple of former FBI heads. I'm sorry, CIA head and an FBI head. John Brennan, James Comey, now under investigation by the DOJ.
On our breaking news, Brooks Singman of Fox News Digital has discovered exclusively that the FBI is now investigating the former CIA Director John Brennan and the former FBI Director James Comey in conjunction with the genesis of the Russia investigation. This comes after the CIA declared.
I can tell you what the genesis of the Russia investigation is. The Trump campaign had over 100 confirmed connections to Russia. Trump's own son came out and said they get all their money from Russia. That's the genesis of the investigation into Russiagate.
Classified last week, a report into how that all came about. Let's bring in our panel to talk more about this. Annie Linsky, the White House reporter for the Wall Street Journal, USA Today White House correspondent, Francesca Chambers, and Josh Holmes, co-host of the Ruthless podcast and former chief of staff to Senator Mitch McConnell. Annie, start us off here. The fact that the FBI is looking into Brennan and Comey now when this declassified
rogues gallery over here
said, will prosecutions follow? We don't know if it'll be a prosecution, but it's an investigation at this point.
Yeah, this is certainly the logical next step from last week's news. And it does really underscore, I think, the extent to which this Russia investigation that occurred in 2017, I believe, has stayed under the president's skin and sort of in his craw. He has personally sued members of the Pulitzer board for giving a Pulitzer Prize to the Washington Post and the New York Times kind of surrounding on this topic. So I think this sort of move fits into this broader concern that the president has about this moment.
Josh, I talked to
the broader concern. What she means is his retaliation against people who reported honestly.
Classified report last week. He said, look, this is the director of analysis. This is a person who's been at the CIA through several administrations and directors. He has full faith that this is an accurate report.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously new information, but it also corroborates what many of us who've been watching this since 2016 have known all along, which is you had nefarious actors within the intelligence community that were putting their thumb on the scale. I mean, recall just a trip down memory lane. It was Brennan.
No, allow me to tell you, there was nobody putting their thumb on the scale. The only thing that they found, the only impropriety they found after investigating it for years, was that a low-level FBI agent took a shortcut in an email. That is all. And that the warrant still would have been valid. These people are lying to you. MAGA, they are lying to you.
himself was the one who was pushing then Speaker Ryan and then Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to try to issue a statement before the 2016 election alleging Russian interference on.
There was Russian interference. We know this for a fact now. And McConnell wouldn't issue the. Obama should have came out and divulged that information. He tried to get Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell to do it jointly because he didn't want it to seem like a bipartisan attack. Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan had seen the intelligence that, yes, Russia was indeed trying to interfere in the election.
On behalf of President Trump. Now, obviously, they refused to do that, which then became a big discussion in the Comey, all the Comey investigation and everything else. But this is what kicked it off. It was very, very clearly an inside campaign hatched up somewhere.
No.
These folks were in the middle of it, and I think this investigation is a long time coming.
Donald Trump insisted, Francesca, all along that there was nothing to this Russia collusion investigation. It would appear that history has proven him correct.
No, it wouldn't. History has not proven him correct at all. I keep having to show people this. The office, this is the special counsel, determined that Russia's two principal interference operations in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, the social media campaign, and the hacking and dumping operations violated U.S. criminal law. The investigation identified numerous links between individuals with ties to the Russian government and individuals associated with the Trump campaign. The evidence was not sufficient to support criminal charges because the investigation established that several individuals affiliated with the Trump campaign lied to the office. That's the Mueller report and the Senate Intelligence Committee report issued by Republicans in 2019. Far more damning.
And then you have to go back and wonder, well, how'd this all get going in the first place?
And to pick up on what Annie was saying, I mean, just today we heard the president again bring up during his cabinet meeting the Russia. So this is clearly something that he continues to be upset about. And you were talking about the last presidential campaign as well. I mean, this was something that he brought up repeatedly on the campaign trail and has talked about ad nauseum. So to Annie's point, to hear.
When he says it 3 times like that, he's doing the Brady Bunch thing, right? Marsha.
Now that this is something that would be under investigation, which again, this is breaking news, is not particularly.
Why is everybody talking about Marsha?
The beginning of an investigation could be a long way from a prosecution, might never happen, but it's breaking news for us tonight. All right, let's go back to the cabinet meeting because both of you were.
Let's not. Wow. Fox News just lying again to their viewers. Lying on behalf of administration that keeps getting caught lying. You know what else they got caught lying about? According to El Salvador, the administration lied about their ability to oversee detainees sent to CCOT. Migrants who were sent to CCOT are the responsibility of the United States. El Salvador tells the UN. Over 200 migrants, make this a little bigger here. Over 200 migrants who were sent to the El Salvador's CCOT mega prison under accusations that they were members of a violent criminal gang are the responsibility of the United States. This is according to the government of El Salvador. El Salvador's claims, outlined in a report submitted Monday in court, appeared to contradict what President Donald Trump and administration officials have been saying for months, that they are unable to return any of the migrants sent to CCOT because they're under El Salvador's authority. In this context, the jurisdiction and legal responsibility for these persons lie exclusively with the competent foreign authorities by virtue of competent foreign authorities. Competent foreign authority. That's like Alex Jones saying he has integrity. By virtue of international agreements signed and in accordance with the principles of sovereignty and international cooperation in criminal matters, this is according to El Salvador officials in their official report to the UN. El Salvador's comments were made in a report submitted in the court filing by the United Nations Office of the High Commission for Human Rights Working Group which was investigating the disappearances of 4 Venezuelan men who were thought to have been sent to the country in March. To date, the Trump administration has not released a list of those sent to El Salvador. The Salvadorian state emphatically states that its authorities have not arrested, detained, or transferred the persons referred to in the communications of the working group. The actions of the state of El Salvador have been limited to the implementation of a bilateral cooperation mechanism with another state, through which it has facilitated the use of the Salvadorian prison infrastructure for the custody of persons detained within the scope of the justice system and law enforcement of that other state. We also have an update on what's going on with Abrego Garcia. Man wrongly sent to El Salvador prison now says he was tortured inside of that El Salvadorian prison like nailing Jell-O to a wall, was the direct quote from the judge to the DOJ. The judge is weighing a demand by Kilmar Abrego Garcia's lawyers to order the administration to return him to Maryland. Federal judge grew frustrated on Monday over the Trump administration's shifting claims about its handling of Kilmar Abrego Garcia's illegal deportation to El Salvador, and whether it plans to deport him again before a criminal case against him is resolved. U.S. District Judge Paula Zenas said getting certain answers from the administration was like nailing Jell-O to a wall, and ordered the Justice Department to produce a witness from the Department of Homeland Security on Thursday to testify about its designs for Abrego Garcia. I do not care about Hassan. For the love of fucking God. Fuck Hassan. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I assume at this point you're just trolling me, but like seriously, I fucking don't care. Not one bit. I don't give a shit about Hassan. Seriously. Hassan can eat a big fat dick. I do not care. Do not give a fucking flying shit what any other streamer is doing, especially Hassan. Please, my friend, stop. Stop. If it is not clear yet, I do not care. Fucking shit. Do you go to Hassan's chat and promote me? Let's just all go fucking watch Hassan, shall we? Jesus. There you go. You got your wish. Go fucking watch us on.